There are so many brush fires to put out to protect and to preserve democracy. Here's a short list: voting integrity, endless war, illegal detentions and torture, the Patriot Act, the Military Commissions Act, and the Executive Order of Total Control in case of national emergency, genocide, human rights and choice, the environment, sustainability, the commons, health crises, nuclear and biological weapons, slavery, corporate lobbyists, 9/11 truth, domination of space by the military-industrial complex, glorification of violence, and on and on. There are 1,001 brush fires to put out, which keeps us busy and tired. A lot of people care, but for some complex reasons, not enough people care yet. It took years to build a critical mass against being in Vietnam. Today, we have faster delivery of information via the independent media and the internet, and cell phones help, but only for people who are paying attention. A lot of people aren't paying attention because they're in denial. Corporate propaganda, meaning, for example, that spin is called the news and advertising is called these messages, and so on, convinces them that perfect bodies, SUVs and widescreen TVs, and who survives on TV are the only things they need in our way of life. Never mind that our way of life is being destroyed by that same corporate power and control. Don't bother them with the facts. Just like battered, abused spouses, they're in denial, and everything around them enables that denial, especially the corporate media, largely run by the military-industrial complex. We live in a system of government, of the corporations, by the corporations, and for the corporations. The corporations keep our way of life propped up, but are battering it down at the same time. The military-industrial prison corporate complex is robbing us blind. There's no tax money left for health, education, and everything that helps sustain life and well-being, because our taxes are getting flushed down the war toilet, including going to the world's largest ever privatized armies, our tax money. Gabrielle Gifford says, "What do I say to families of troops?" Well, how about saying, I'm supporting them in the most responsible way I can by voting to get them out on the next troop carrier and by not handing W a blank check. That's what the American people sent us to Congress to do, and I'm doing it. Well, that's not what she and too many others sent to Congress in November of '06 are saying or doing. Why aren't more of the majority party now in Congress saying it and doing it? Perhaps because they can't find their spine? Because they're in the military-industrial prison corporate complex pocket? Because re-election is more important to them than saving lives and preventing more atrocities and maimings? More important than democracy, peace, justice, and real freedom? We need to focus on positive goals and solutions and not just complain. We need to be proactive and take risks. More of us ought to be in the streets, writing letters to the editors and lobbying our elected representatives. Grassroots groups need to work together, like United for Peace and Justice and the Network of Spiritual Progressives and others, to develop and implement positive plans, strategies, and tactics. We, the people, must use citizen as a verb. We, the people, need to limit the power of corporate media. We all need to create much greater awareness of and support for independent media, such as Access Tucson. We, the people, need to abolish corporate personhood. Let's start locally. Some of us are currently working to have the City Council pass an ordinance defining who is a person in Tucson. A person is a born human being. But at this time, corporations claim to be persons entitled to First, Fourth, and 14th Amendment protections. This is nuts. This is not what the U.S. Constitution was written for. Working on root causes such as corporate power could empower us to consolidate many of the seemingly separate issues so that it's not a continual struggle to put out so many brush fires all around us. We need to be proactive and not always reacting to each and every fire. It's clearly a psychological operation strategy to keep us busy and tired. It's crazy-making, just like a batterer's abusive behavior. I hope you'll learn more about corporate personhood and join us in eliminating it right here, right now in Tucson. To find out more about how to do that, please contact us about the Democracy Organizing Group meetings held once a month at the Columbus Library. We the people can do it, but only if we work together proactively and don't allow ourselves to get stuck in reactivism. When Cindy Sheehan is called an attention whore and told to go good riddance by Democrats, we know there are serious problems and divisions among ourselves in this fascist corporate wasteland, as she said. It's ugly, ugly, ugly for anyone to demonize Cindy Sheehan. It's much worse for those who oppose the Iraq War. I grieve that such a shining, loving, giving person has been slandered by any of us. Divide and conquer is alive and well within the left. How gross! And corporate power thrives in such a climate. We, the people, must reclaim the commons of common courtesy, common decency, and the common interests of healing ourselves and our planet Earth. It's almost too late. If you are for peace, justice, freedom, democracy, human rights, and the planet Earth, you are probably part of we the people. But we the people can't afford to enable intolerance, pettiness, lack of caring, backstabbing, and denial. We the people need to get it together and empower ourselves with caring, tolerance, and the best in our human spirits. That can help to turn the tide on corporate power. I'm Joyce Smith, and this has been my commentary. Thank you for listening, and have a peaceful day.